We all know about the constant flow of container ships that call at the port of Felixstowe, but the people who sail them and keep them running are much less visible. But local people, local businesses and local organisations like the church, the Mission to Seafarers and Felixstowe Seafarers Centre do their best to support seafarers who are so many thousands of miles from home. We met Reverend Canon Andrew Dotchin and Port Chaplain Father Herbert at St John the Baptist Church in Orwell Road while they were packing comfort bags for seafarers aboard the Ever Given, which is now finally arriving in Northern Europe.
The port is part of our parish in Church of England terms. It's within our parish boundaries, and we have a duty of care for everyone who comes in and out of our parish. And we recognise that Felixstowe, there are many different populations here, and the one that's hidden most is the one that brings most business to our town and our country. Herbert's figures there, one seafarer looks after 1,000 containers. It's enormous figures. And throughout the history of the Flying Angel missions, the seafarers, it's been always about helping seafarers stay in touch with their families, and when there's a crisis, be there to help. The wonderful thing we're doing today, packing these bags, they are for the Ever Given who's had a really rough time. But it's the kind of thing that Herbert and his team do all over the world, in ports everywhere, giving comfort and support. What I really like is this little envelope here, which inside there's 2 gifts from our mayor, a pen and a Felixstowe badge. There's a key ring, but most important, there's a SIM card with 3 months worth of data on it. And that's the biggest thing, because loneliness is the killer at sea. And that's one of the things we do here. But in here, there's the usual woolly hats, Herbert.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mothers Union all across the country knit woolly hats, which go to ports all over the country, and they get handed out. And particularly for seafarers at the moment, many of them haven't been off ship at all. COVID restrictions mean they can't disembark, and even if they do get a chance, they've got very little time at all. So Herbert's ministry going on board, taking services on board ship, and occasionally we'll find that seafarers, when they do get some shore time, they'll pop in here, and we're really pleased that we've got an open church. They can come in, light a candle, have a little cry often, but then go on their way with God's blessing and some gifts.
Excellent. One of the things that I like to see is when we see the seafarers coming into town, they come ambling in, don't they, and they wander around the shops and they buy some sweets, and they buy the things the shipping line doesn't think of, really, I guess. And I'm always pleased to see that, and I'm sure you are as well. Tell me how they're going to feel once they can start doing that again, because they haven't been able to come to shipping Felixstowe mostly, have they?
I don't know. Hopefully there'll be a sense of freedom. Hopefully, and I do know our town at its best is a welcoming place.
Sure.
We welcome people every weekend. We welcome people during the day along the prom, in the amusement arcades, and that's where we need to be offering a hand of welcome, saying, so good to see you. Where have you come from? One of the things I did during lockdown was put a whole lot of different national flags on the church flagpole. And I was getting requests from seafarers, my country today? And those kind of things were really, really important, and make our port into a home from home.
Father Herbert, you are the Port Chaplain. Tell me really what you do, because I think most people probably don't have the vaguest idea of what a Port Chaplain does.
Okay. My work as a Port Chaplain is to connect with people who are behind these big machines that operates these big ships. Most people only appreciate the big ships, the automated machine on which the loading and the unloading of containers are fast and efficient, but seldom we recognize those people or those human beings behind those machines.
Sure.
And so my work with the Mission to Seafarers as Port Chaplain is to do the ministry of presence to these people. Imagine a seafarer who is far from their families for 7-9 months, and they are unable to connect with them because of internet difficulties. So my role is to talk to them, to pray for them, to pray with them, and even to cry with them in their difficulties or in their success stories that they shared to me.
And as well as that, you kind of give them a proper external human contact outside the ship, I guess.
Yes, and my ministry is to connect people working in the ships to the communities, like here in Felixstowe. So my ministry is a kind of convergence of generosity of these people who are in the town of Felixstowe and even in Ipswich. And so it connects the people in the ship and the people in the community.
One of the problems that the seafarers have is that they do live in a closed community most of the time, 20, 25 guys.
Oh yes, like for example, the biggest shipping vessels or vessels that come here in Felixstowe, they're about 21,000. They can take 21,000 containers, and it's only manned by 24, 26 people, and so it's very difficult. And so the life there is very contained. So you live for 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months with the same faces, with the same people working together, and so it was very difficult. And my presence is a kind of just listening to their stories about their work, about their colleague, about their family is a big contribution, not only on their work but also in their mental health.
We'll bring you more from Father Herbert soon, including a story that shows just how poorly treated some seafarers can be.